here's the thing. Today, we really want to talk about articulating the value of Keller Williams. I want to, though, go, if I can, for a second. I know it's going to be a little dark, but I'm going to go there. The definition of drinking from the Kool-Aid. And so here's what happened, is that the phrase drinking the Kool-Aid refers to followership at its worst. It was coined after a delusional pseudo-guru named Jim Jones led his cult, the People's Temple, to mass suicide. Over 900 people, including 304 children, killed themselves by drinking from a vat of grape-flavored drink laced with cyanide.
Yeah.
Now, it's a really bad connotation. Now, it's come to mean something a little bit different. So according to the Urban Dictionary, since that time, it has come to mean don't trust this group. Whatever they tell you, don't believe it strongly.
Yeah.
All right. So we've heard that a lot. So here's what Bill and I decided we wanted to do today. We decided that we wanted to go ahead and share with you the true value of Keller Williams, and how it's not about drinking the Kool-Aid, but it really is about following the model. So, Bill, should we just jump into some?
Let's do this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
First things first. Bill, our culture, our mission, values, belief system, our perspective. Tell us about it, Bill.
Yeah. Well, and I can read these off, right? But here's what it really comes down to, right? If you understand what our mission is, right? To build careers worth having, right? Not just to have a job, but really to truly have a career in a business worth owning, right? It's about living a life. For those that did something before real estate, what was life really like going, 9 to 5 or working the shift, the second shift or whatever. And then you come home and it's like, okay, I just got to go do it again. But it's about having lives worth living where we're able to go and set our time, put our families first, put ourselves, there, and then focus in on the business, right? It's about having experiences worth giving and legacies worth leaving. One of the whole reasons that I came to Keller Williams when I came, and I got told, believe me, hey, Bill, you drank the Kool-Aid. And because it was after a family reunion, right? And it's when they got up, it's literally when Gary got up on stage and said, hey, this is about our value, God, family, and business, right? And I was like, oh my goodness, I want to be into that, right? And then going to breakouts and watching them just break things down to where I literally called my wife and I said, I actually know what to do. I was doing great. I was making more money than I'd ever made, but I didn't know how, right? And they broke it down and I was like, it makes sense. It just makes sense, first of all. And for me, my big experience worth giving is, Kole, you know this. I mean, it's about spending time with my kids and my grandkids, right? And my wife.
Yeah. And
for them to be able to have the time of like going, hey, that's my papa. That's the experience we had. This is what we did. I mean, for Skylie going down to Disneyland on her 4th birthday, which she still talks about to this day, right? It's like, I want her to have those experiences and I want my family to have those. That's what our mission is all about. It's all about you as an agent and saying, what is it that you want to have as your why and how do we get you there? Our vision, right, to be the real estate company of choice for our agents and their customers. And here's how KWRI is backing that up. By really and truly setting the standard when it comes to equality issues as well. But not only that, when it comes to technology, we're laying the groundwork. We built our own platform for you guys. Our value, right? God, family, and business. Here's what it comes down to. Now, some of us come from different religions, and that's okay. What we want this to be about is about your God, right? We want it to be about your family and then your business, right? Lay the foundation first. God, then family, then business after that. We all know the Y4C2Ts, and we're excited. We can't wait. There's an issue coming to the IALC. The IALC, right, is going to be going on. We're going to be adding, for the first time ever in company history, we're going to be adding a new belief system in there, which you're going to talk about in a little bit, I believe. But just understand, guys.
By the way, real quick for those of you who might not know the acronym, IALC stands for International Associate Leadership Council.
Yes. So, but they're going to be voting on something to add an E in between the T and the S at the bottom there, right? Which is for equity. And so you're going to understand a little bit more about that in just a second. So, and then really true, our perspective, who are we? We're a technology company that provides real estate agent platform that our agents and buyers and sellers prefer, right? This is who we are. This is our culture, guys. And the great thing is I think if you can go to the next slide, Cole, right? This is our 52 items of culture. This is who we are, right? The standards of how we behave. And the great thing is it's not just about how we behave here in the office, but it's how we behave in the community, how we behave in front of our clients, how we behave when we're not in front of our clients, right? These are the things that we really and truly do. This is who we are. And then what we do, the actions that we take. So it's not only behavior, but it's the actions that we do and how we treat each other. And guess what, guys? We're not going to be perfect at it. We're going to make mistakes, but here's what we're willing to do. We're willing to fail and learn and fail forward, right? I'm going to tell you right now, as culture and everything else, I am not perfect. I make mistakes, but I will, gosh darn, I will try to learn from those mistakes and do the best thing I can on the next step. And that's who we are.
And this is who we decide, this is how we treat each other.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people say, oh, I love, you know, the culture at my company. I know you guys say that because we have it actually written down, and I love that. Absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we go into, we wrote the books. All right. So I don't know if everybody knows the story of the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. So I'm going to give it a really quick overview. So in 1978, Gary graduated from college with a degree in real estate. He was actually one of the first people in the entire country to get a degree in real estate. And for 5 years, he was an agent, very, very young guy. And then on that 5th year in 1983, he opened his own real estate brokerage with his friend Joe Williams, hence Keller Williams. Okay.
Cole, I'm sorry. Do you know why he started that company? Why he started Keller Williams?
Tell us.
Right? Is because he felt like that the brokerage should be working for the agents, not the agents working for the brokerage.
Yes. Yes. And then he started growing.
Yep.
Agents started coming to him. He started building the business, right? And he was getting quite a few agents. They were doing some pretty good stuff. And then a competitor came to town that had not been there before. And his top 10 agents, 10, up and left him. Ugh, heartbreak. And then 30 days later, his entire staff up and left him. That was such a shocker to the system because he had created a place where people wanted to be, but he didn't create a place that people wanted to stay, right? Yep. So here's what he did. He brought his next 13 top producing agents in a room. And he said, okay, guys, I need you to help me answer a question. Let's mastermind around this. And the question was, what is this going to take for this to be an office that no one ever wants to leave? Now, we're going to talk about it in a second, but this is when the first Associate Leadership Council was born. The advising council to Gary was born. And one of the first things they said is, you know what, we want really great training. You're not giving us any training. We want some really great training. So he says, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to go figure it out. Well, what he decided to do is find the very best real estate agents in the whole country. Of course, they weren't Keller Williams at the time. He started flying to them, learning from them, and then coming back and teaching it to his agents. And their businesses started growing. He started attracting more people. It started growing and growing and growing to the point he went from one office to the top producing solo office in Austin, Texas, to the top producing brand when he started growing offices. Then he started licensing and franchising out to the very largest and highest producing in Texas, then the United States, and then finally on the planet. So what happened in 2003, all those things that he'd learned from all of those agents, he ended up putting down in a book, this little book called The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. Don't know if you've read it. Have you read this book, Bill?
A few times. Yes.
A few times.
Yeah. A few
By
times.
the way, guys, it's a book you study. It's not a book you read. It's a book you study all the time. Yeah. In addition to that, let's look at some other books that that Gary has written. The next one is Shift. This was written in the last shift, 2008, 2009, to really help agents stay engaged and keep their businesses moving forward and not just falling into the whole jobless thing that happened. A lot of the things in this book are relevant today. I really encourage you guys to read this one as well. Again, not a read, it's a study book. Then we're in our growth group right now. We're doing a book club on this one of the one thing. We all know the one thing. What is one thing that you can do today such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? We all know the clarifying question. If you've read this book, make sure you read it. It's one of the best time management books that's out there. And then here's one a lot of people don't know about, and I know they will be talking about it in our Wealth Building Wednesdays, and it's called The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Gary wrote this one. You may not know this, guys. Gary wrote this one for agents. This is all about you becoming a millionaire real estate investor. Okay. Of course, he's also written the book, Hold the Book, Flip. So there's a lot of other books. You can see all of the books that we have available at our market center. Just check with me, check with Bill, check with Emily, check with Gwen. Anybody can help you with the books that we have available.
Yeah, and you know what's cool about it too, Kole?
What?
Is that you know this. You came from a different company. I came from a different company. What was the book that they gave you even when you were at the other company?
It was The Millionaire Real Estate Agent.
There you go. Yeah.
They did. That was the thing they told me to read.
Yep.
All right. Okay. So Bill, tell us a little bit about the ALC.
Yeah. One of the most exciting things, right? And coming from my background in ministry and coming from my background in politics, one of the things I understand is it's not about what I want, but it's about how do we represent everybody as a whole. And that's where, Keller Williams and Gary Keller started the ALC, or the Associate Leadership Council. And here's the main focus that we have on that, right? Is you've got your culture committee, your growth community, your productivity or career development community, finance, you're welcome. We even have safety, right? And then you see the new one in there, equity as well. And what the ALC is all about, guys, it's all about representing you as the agent. So as a market center, right, we truly don't go and make a decision. In fact, Kole and I were having a discussion today, right, about going, hey, something that I would like to see, and we had different views on, which is okay. And I love that because we get to grow, we get to work together. But we get to go back and go, hey, well, let's go bring it to the ALC and see what the ALC has to say, right? And so that's what we do. We take things to the ALC because the ALC is what represents you. We just don't go make a decision in the market center without hearing from the ALC first, because that is one of the things that when Gary got with his top 13 agents down there in Austin, said, hey, how is this going to be a company that you never want to leave? Right? They talked about the training. They talked about wanting to share, ownership, which is our profit share. And then they said, but we want a voice. More than anything else, we want a voice too. And he created the ALC just for that very reason.
Absolutely. And by the way, I'm so glad you brought that up, Bill. You know what? The neatest thing about our organization, it's ideas before results. And there's an idea that you and I were batting around just a little bit, and we can disagree. And I love that we get to bring that back to our ALCs and they make that decision.
Yeah,
so I'm glad you brought
absolutely.
that up. That's fantastic.
You mean we don't agree on everything, Kole?
Not quite.
Not quite.
But
Okay.
we're pretty close, though. There's some good.
We're more like brother, sister. Yeah, we disagree a lot. It's okay.
It's all good. Okay, so moving on with more and more and more is the greatest gift that we have at Keller Williams, and that is profit share. Profit share, remember, when you make an investment, let's say that you want to buy a property, or you want to invest in stocks and bonds, or gold, or art, or anything like that, it takes a cash outlay in order to make that investment. The beautiful gift of profit share with Keller Williams is that it is passive income that you do not have to put a dime into to get lots of dimes out of, okay? Basically what happens is when you have someone that you know would be a really great fit with our organization, and we can help them. That's important. We can help them. All you do is introduce them to me, introduce them to Bill, introduce them to Lindy or to Carmen or to Gwen. Then we can take it from there and have a conversation with them and see if we can help them and if they're a good fit with us. Coolest thing is when they come on board and they name you as their sponsor, during the months that we're profitable and they're paying in company dollar, part of the profit from the owners that comes from where their productivity came from. It's not coming out of their production. It's not coming out of any of their money. It is simply coming out of the owner's profit, is paid to you because you helped bring them into our market center.
Yeah.
All it is passive income that you get for simply making an introduction. You know, by the way, I want to thank Aaron Bird, just gave me one yesterday. He's fabulous. So he's, you know, a lot of people in our organization refer a lot. So just got one from Aaron. So I want to say thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. And he just helped another person who is really struggling join our market center. And I think that's what this is all about, right? And because of the value that we're discussing and we're bringing today, these are the things that we get to share with these agents that are coming on with us. And then you, instead of us spending that extra money on commercials or on advertising or all that, we simply take part of that owner profits, roughly 48% of that owner profit, and pay it back to the agents who help us grow.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Cool. Yeah. In fact, if you guys really want to break down the numbers about it, right? It's a $3,970 difference between what the owners make in profit versus what they share in profit share. So, I mean, it is right there, guys. And that's the number that has to be there every day. But here's the way I want you to think about profit share. Because I've had people come up to me and go, oh, profit share, you just want to grow the market center. It's just about you growing the market center. No, it's not. Here's what profit share. Think about what passive income, right? How do we grow your future for you, for your family? Because you get to will it onto your family, right? What does it do for them? What safety, what security is there in knowing that this is a way for us to be able to help you and your family? When you can have your car payment paid for, when you can have your mortgage paid for, when you can have college paid for, when those things are done, right? It's not about us just trying to grow the market center. It's about us. It's a tool for us to be able to give money back to you. That's really what it's about. That's the heartbeat behind it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's completely passive. Once you made that introduction, someone comes on, there's nothing more to do, you know, other than stay friends with people. I think that's always a great thing.
Relationships, right?
But there's nothing that you have to do. You don't have to continue to educate them. You don't have to make sure that you keep building and building and building in order to keep the same line of income coming in. It is simply making an introduction, and then we just take it from there on your behalf.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's move forward to, by the way, this is a brand new website on here, guys. It is so exciting. So, and I'm actually going to show you the live website if I can here. Hang on just a second. And I think I'm going the right place. No, I'm not. All right, talk amongst yourselves. Here we go.
Oh, this is scary when I talk amongst myself.
I know. So this is actually the website itself here, guys. And it's, if you go to outfront.kw.com, you'll find it. But it's on the tab over here. It says Join KW. If you ever have anybody who's interested in Keller Williams, you can always go to this website. It has all sorts of information here. By agents, for agents, our values, beliefs, mission is here. You can see strength in numbers. We talk so much about all of our numbers. We've got that here. As we just keep going along, a Revolution Real Estate. I encourage all of you guys to go to this site, fantastic site. Command, KW App Connect, education. So a lot of the values that Bill and I are talking about today, you're going to really see on this site. And it just kind of keeps going and going and going. I strongly encourage you guys just to take a look at that site. Again, just go to outfront.kw.com. And I think you are going to truly find it very, very inspiring. That's for sure. All right. So, Bill, let's go back to here. All right. Bill, Keller Mortgage, tell us.
Keller Mortgage. Why do we talk so much about Keller Mortgage, right? Why? And do we have other lenders? Absolutely we do. But here's the greatest thing. As a fiduciary, right, somebody that looks after their clients, here's what Gary said. Hey, we want to provide a tool for our agents to offer their clients a way for their clients to save money. Understand, Keller Williams loses money on this. Keller Mortgage loses money on these deals, right? Now, how do they make their money back? They lose it on the front end. On the back end, when they sell the loans off to the other companies, that's when they make their money back. Understand, the Keller Mortgage, the loan officers, are making $800 and some odd off of each loan. So they're not adding points. It's a 0 point, right? Zero origination fee, zero lender fees. They're not hiding anything in there. This is a tool that Gary said, here's a way that we're going to add more value to our agents because they get to add it to their clients, right? They get to save their money clients. In fact, Kole, you bought your house.
Yep.
You saved how much money using Keller Mortgage?
So my husband and I bought our dream house 2 years ago. We saved $11,000.
Yep. Now, here's the great thing. You can go, I don't know what your interest rate was at the time, but you can go back and refinance right now at Keller Mortgage, again, for free, right? For free. Zero origination, zero loan, $1,000 towards closing as long as it's over $150,000, and the lowest rates in the industry. That's the value, right, of working for Keller Williams. And you can even use this as a listing agent. If the buyer comes in and they're like, well, we need closing costs, we need this, we need that, you can go through and say, hey, we want you to go through Keller Mortgage and see what they have to offer you, because you're going to find that your sellers don't have to give back as much because it's covered right there with Keller Mortgage. It's awesome.
Love it, love it. And by the way, whoever's in your database, because you're a Keller Williams agent, Bill touched on it there, they can refinance their own homes. Maybe some people don't want to do forbearance, but maybe they want to go ahead and just get that interest rate down, get that payment down. Send them to Keller Mortgage, again, zero costs. Such an important thing. And going right along that, Bill, we have Keller Covered. Such a cool thing. So Keller Covered is basically a clearinghouse for insurance companies. And because we have such a huge buying power with Keller Williams, because there's 160,000 of us in our country, we have the ability to go to a lot of different insurance companies and say, bring it, guys, bring us your best deals. So what happens is you can send someone to Keller Covered and they can comparison shop several different companies for the very, very best rates. My husband and I just saved $2,700 a year on our homeowners insurance. So worth your time. First of all, you guys, all the things we're talking about, you can take advantage of it, whether it's Keller Mortgage, Keller Covered. Do it yourself, and then also share it with your database, share it with your clients, anybody you care about. These are things that save them money because you are a Keller Williams agent. Okay?
And if you want to know where to get these, they're on your app, right?
Yep.
They're on your app, guys. This is where they're at, under the More tab.
Under the More tab. Love that, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bill, Command.
So, we hear this all the time. Well, Command's not doing what I want it to do. Where else have you been, right? Where else have you been that something is working better? Command is working, and it's working incredibly well. If you haven't checked it out since, last Friday, believe me, things have changed, right? You see all the things there that it can do for you, but this is the way for you really and truly to leverage your time, right? To be able to put your database in there, put them in a smart plan, and all of a sudden, guess what? The system is doing it for you. And, it tells you when to call them, when to email, when to do the things that you need to do. But the system does it for you guys. It is the most unique, best single platform product that is out there. And it continues to get better every single day.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, guys, is that hopefully you all have gotten on Command Your Conversion. It is a private Facebook group with Keller Williams agents. One of the very, very best places you can go to learn. Now, here's the thing. I hear people say, oh, I'm such a techie. I got this. I hear people say, I am not a techie at all. All right. If you don't go to the river and beat your clothes against a rock, you're a techie. You use tech. Perfect example. You have one of these. You have a smartphone. I know you do. You didn't have a smartphone 5, 6, 7 years ago and you learned how to use a smartphone. What you do, you time block the time on your calendar, because I know all of you are time blocking your calendars to get the most out of your week. Time block time to learn Command. If you don't know how to and where to go for that training, anyone on the executive leadership team can show you where to do that, because once you get good at it, and I got to tell you what, I'm in my Command every day. I use every single solitary piece of it, and it rocks.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it rocks.
Facebook, Command Your Conversion, right? And then in the small search bar on the side, you type in Command 101. You look for Nick Baldwin. He has videos and classes that go right along with it. And Command 201 as well, right, are right there. They'll show you, they literally give you smart plans as well that work right with Command. So,
Love it. Love it. I love Nick. He's so fantastic. God, talk about another value add. He's great. All right. So now we'll go into Keller Williams University, the absolute love of my KW life. In Keller Williams University, again, this was born out of Gary's first conversation with his agents. They wanted really great training. So if you think of it, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book is simply a blueprint. It's a blueprint of models and systems on how you can build a big business. Having said that, Gary also understands that we have to have more. Hence Keller Williams University. And here's what we know about Keller Williams University. There are live stream classes. There are on-demand courses. There's KW master faculty-led in-person courses soon, one of these days soon. Ignite, of course, career visioning, 30, 60, 90, success through others. Agent curriculum path. There's several classes in there that will take you from new agent all the way to a mega agent. Wealth Building Wednesdays, of course, is coming up. So there's great, great opportunities for you to always get education. Now, here's the thing to understand. Our greatest strength, above all, is our education. Our greatest weakness, above all, is our education. Sometimes it does take you sitting down with a coach, with a mentor, with anybody on the leadership team to help you break down exactly what that education should look like for you. Don't be overwhelmed with it. Take it one step at a time. Listen to Lindy, to Bill, to Carmen, to me, to Gwen, to Emily. All of us are here to help you really digest all of the learning we have. Now, in addition to that, Bill, we have
Mastery coaching, right? KW, right? KW coaching, MAPS coaching, right? And here's the thing. People are like, well, I can't afford this, or I can't afford that. Here's the thing. You cannot not afford to do this, right? I mean, whether it's mastery coaching one-on-one, whether it's going to breakthrough coaching, which is different sessions, that go out throughout, that meets every other week for you, or group coaching, which, you get together in a group online. Of course, there's Bold coming up August 4th, right? Again, then you got your MAPS models, family reunion, spring masterminds, mega camp, here in September. It's got scripts for you to be able to practice, Outfront magazine, but all the tools and resources. If you have not gone to mapscoaching.com, right? It's got resources galore for you to be able to do there. Scripts, everything else right there for you to be able to have. That's how much they believe in you guys.
Absolutely. And by the way, one of the things I think is so important is for everyone to have a coach.
Yeah.
To operate at your highest and best, it is so extraordinarily important to have a coach. So in mastery coaching, when you have a mastery coach, you're meeting once a week, and that is such a high productive time that you're meeting with that coach. Now, let's say that your funds aren't there for that and you want to go slower. That's breakthrough coaching. And then I love what you were saying, Bill, also about group coaching, which is topic specific and time bound.
Yeah. So if you ask Brian Pham what was the one class that changed, his career, he will tell you, right? I just went blank on it. Never ending referrals.
Never ending
referrals, which is a group coaching one that it is just, he'll tell you that's the one that got him going through and going like, this is what I need to do.
Absolutely.
Now he's a great PC coach, everything else.
I know. Speaking of Brian Pham,
yeah.
So exciting. So Brian Pham is our productivity coach. So Brian's job is to run our productivity coaching program, as well as all of the mentors inside that program and the assistant productivity coaches. He takes brand new agents or launching agents and helps them ignite their career, kick off their career. If you are brand new and you are looking for coaching, reach out to Brian. He is extraordinary. I've worked with Brian for years. Bill, he's fantastic, isn't he?
He is amazing. Yeah, he's taken it to the next level, right? I so enjoyed serving as a PC, as a productivity coach there at Mountain Sounds. Brian's taken it to the next level. Even if you're not a new agent, but an agent that's just like, hey, I need some focus right here, and I need to get to that next, as you said, launch agents. Man, I'm telling you, get together with Brian. He's going to sit down with you, spend 4 hours with you, at 1 hour each session, to really focus in on who you want to become and then get you going in your business. It's amazing.
It is truly amazing. Absolutely. And of course, guys, the entire executive leadership team is really here to help you both at Puget Sound and Mountains to Sound. You know, Bill, you and I have the absolute honor to work with some of the very best and brightest leaders, I think, in the industry. You know?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And it's pretty incredible the opportunities that we have. And the great thing is, Kole, is that anybody, doesn't matter if you're at Mountains to Sound or Puget Sound, if you're part of the, you know, our business center in Burien or even in Coeur d'Alene, right? All part of the ranch brokerage network, right? All part of the ranches. And here's the great thing. This is all about who you want to become. I mean, who is it that you want to become? And if you're going, you know, for me, I knew, Kole, when I came to you, and I told you, I was like, I'm never going to Keller Williams. In fact, I said it, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
Yep.
I'm not doing this stuff. And it wasn't about pressuring. It was just like, you showed opportunity. You showed opportunity for where I wanted to. I said, here's where I want to be, right? And you laid out a career map, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is where I could be. So if you have dreams and aspirations to you know, maybe not be a real estate agent your whole life, but you want to do something else, this is absolutely everything you want to be a part of. Because this company is not just about you becoming the greatest real estate agent that you want to be. It's literally about you becoming who you want to be. That's what's most important, right? So I've got agents that come in that go, hey, I want to make $1 million a year, right? We're going to show you the models. We're going to help you get there. I also have agents that come in that go, you know what? I want to make $50,000 a year. And that's okay too, right? If it helps them be who they want to be. We're going to celebrate you no matter what level you're at, right? And that's what we're here to do, is help you become who you want to be. I love that aspect of it.
Absolutely, Bill. So I hope you guys can really understand, it's not about drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, I'll drink if this is what it's all about. So yeah.
That's what it's all about, right? Having said that, I think that it's important, just as you as an agent, it's incredibly important for you to be able to articulate your value. That's why Bill and I wanted to come to you today, and we wanted to really articulate the value of Keller Williams, Mountains to Sound, Keller Williams, Puget Sound, and Keller Williams as a whole. Hey, Bill, thank you so much for today. Appreciate it so much. And everybody, thank you for joining us. And hope you got a little bit more, fewer nuggets on how we can bring value to. All right, have a fantastic rest of your week, everybody.
Love you guys. Go out and enjoy the sun. Get out there.
Yep. Bye.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.